Hello viewers, welcome to National Focus. I'm your presenter, Tarnia Green. It's always a pleasure to have you join us. Among the major developments, residents of the Rosa Valley back from a trip to the Bouillante geothermal plant, they support the construction of a geothermal power plant here. The Drug Prevention Unit reports strides made in its data collection efforts, and a new Canadian ambassador to Dominica promises improved relations among both countries. Stay with me as I bring you the details of these and other stories when National Focus returns.
You're watching GIS.
Welcome back. Time now for the details of the news. The third in a series of meetings in the Rosa Valley by the Energy Ministry to discuss concerns regarding the construction of the proposed geothermal power plant took place in Watton-Waven last Friday. Experts with extensive experience in the development of geothermal plants were available to respond to questions by residents. Project officer assigned to the Geothermal Project Management Unit, Alexis George, gave a synopsis of what has happened so far during the exploratory drilling phase of the project. George also spoke of government's plans to construct a production and re-injection well in the Rosa Valley come June this year.
Production wells plan to be between 1,500 to 1,800 meters deep. The re-injection well between 1,300 to 1,500 meters deep. Now, the final depth will be dictated during drilling. We have completely free exploratory wells. We have an idea where the resource is located in terms of depth. Okay, so we know where we expect to meet it. But during drilling, we might encounter something, or it might be a little deeper, it might be a little shallow. So during drilling, we will dictate the final depth.
Questions from residents regarding the treatment of waste from the plant were also addressed by Mr. George.
Where exactly will be located?
It's re-injected back.
Okay. It's going to be re-injected back into the reservoir. That's why when I talk about the re-injection, that's the purpose. It's not going to be run and let up in the surface, it's going to end up in the rivers, and then end up in the shallow. It's going to be re-injected back down into the reservoir.
Residents also sought to find out how much land will be required for the project in the Watton-Waven area.
The power plant, as I mentioned, will be in the lower area. What you might find here in Watton-Waven is pipes, similar to what the hydro is. You know, the hydro has come from the pressure valley down to the loader, then to power plant. Similar, a smaller diameter to that, will run from, I'm talking about the small power plant right now, and we plan to do. We run from loader down to Trapper. Okay, so that's all. There will be nothing else within Watton-Waven. Just a pipe passing from the plant to the re-injection of the Trapper.
The re-injection well will be situated
in Trapper.
So nothing will be in Watton-Waven.
Just that well that we are right now.
So what that well is, that well is
okay, that well can be used to monitor the reservoir when it's being exploited. We need to monitor the pressure and the temperature, because one of the things we need to make sure that we exploit the resource in a sustainable manner. We need to manage it properly. We don't take out too much, we don't take out too little. So we have to practice as well as monitor.
The consultation meetings in the Rosa Valley last week preceded a visit of concerned residents of the Rosa Valley to the Bouillante geothermal plant in Guadeloupe last weekend. And residents of the Rosa Valley who accompanied Energy Minister Honorable Rayburn Blackmore on a tour of the geothermal plant in Guadeloupe on the weekend are singing a favorable song supporting government's plans to undertake a geothermal power plant in the Rosa Valley. GIS reporter and camera operator Mervyn Matthew accompanied the team to Guadeloupe and files this report.
Pointe-à-Pitre, Guadeloupe, January 19, 2013. Destination, Bouillante. Residents of the Roseau Valley are on their way to the Bouillante geothermal plant. The delegation is here by invitation from the Minister for Energy, Honorable Reuben Blackmore. It is another attempt by the current administration to reassure residents of Loda, Trafalgar and Watton Waven that they can coexist with a proposed geothermal plant in the Roseau Valley. Test wells have already been completed in Dominica ahead of a proposed 15-megawatt plant. Government is about to move into the second phase of the project, which entails the drilling of production and reinjection wells. With growing concerns expressed by residents, the administration has brought in geothermal experts to quell the fears associated with the project. Last weekend's site visit to the Bouillante plant was an opportunity to allow the residents to, in local parlance, let their eyes boil their peas. The Roseau Valley residents arrived at the Bouillante plant in the mid-afternoon. Word of their visit had caught the attention of the French media. Inside the plant, an employee is closely monitoring the operations, which is at this point generating at 9.7 megawatts. It is at this point that in round-table discussions, the residents of Bouillante responded to the concerns of the Roseau Valley residents. Bouillante residents, some of whom live just a stone's throw away from the plant, have just one concern: the noise from the facility, especially when activity in the community slows for the day.
During the night, you have some noise.
The residents stressed to the visitors the importance of the plant and that despite their initial concerns, they welcomed the plant while calling for its improvement. Plant management indicated on Saturday that in an effort to further reduce the noise level, the plant would be closed for 1 week to install new equipment.
It is possible to avoid the noise, it's possible. We have to improve the installation.
There were discussions on gas emissions, which were ably explained by the director of the plant.
They know in the power plant where those emissions are coming from, and it's they know where it is, and they have 5 potential solutions to cure and to mitigate the impact of those emissions.
The ability to coexist with the plant has been the primary concerns of Roseau Valley residents.
We have spoken to the residents around the immediate area of the plant, and I mean they are less than 4 or 5 feet away from the plant, and there is absolutely no ills.
But those who have lived around the Bouillante plant say the impact on their homes only occurred during drilling.
Mais c'est pas un butin qui affecte normalement tout le temps.
Monitoring is a key component of the operations of the facility, especially with gas emissions, but these emissions are controlled.
We have a little bit of carton around the side.
Donc il y a des capteurs autour du site.
Monitors?
Yes, monitor. And you have also some control at the emission of the extraction.
Residents of the Roseau Valley who witnessed the operations are now more informed about the geothermal energy process.
What I've seen put to rest any doubts I have from giving my full support to the geothermal plant which we are proposing to build in Dominica, in Loda, my community.
As long as we can ensure that there is great monitoring to ensure that all the processes that have to be done are carried out properly, I honestly believe that this can work, and there are going to be a lot of benefits to be had for Dominica in general, and also the Loda people if they approach this properly.
Honorable Blackmore told reporters that the geothermal plant in Dominica is part of government's plan to develop the island's energy sector.
What we have planned for the people of Dominica, the government, is to use our natural resources and convert it into something that can work for us. And so we can realize that prosperity.
Armed with that knowledge and having witnessed the operations at the Bouillante geothermal plant, this is the message which will be brought to the residents of the Roseau Valley this week.
This is something that we can support 100%.
While driving away from the well-lit streets at Bouillante, it is evident that the geothermal energy is alive and well in the southwest of the sister island, Guadeloupe. Reporting from the Bouillante geothermal plant in Guadeloupe, I'm Mervyn Matthew reporting for GIS News.
Thank you, Mervyn, for that report. In other news, the Drug Prevention Unit is reporting that it has made significant strides in its data collection efforts. A drug information network comprising various stakeholders, including the police, the Welfare Division, and the Princess Margaret Hospital, have assisted the unit in compiling relevant information about drug use and abuse in Dominica. Director of the National Drug Prevention Unit, Jacinta Banis, spoke to this achievement during the launch of a drug education manual for preschools on Monday. Banis says this new information will be released to the media and the general public in the coming months.
Today we can safely say we have a central deposit for information on drugs. And as we continue to go along, we may invite more persons, into that network. We'll also be presenting soon a study that was done on 4 prisons in Dominica, St. Lucia, St. Kitts, and Grenada. And we'll be presenting that report as soon as Cabinet has given the okay. Because very often, you have the statistics to deal with, and we do not want to bring out the information before the policymakers have seen that. So this is something that is very new to Dominica and something that will help in improving on our policy and program planning.
Banis also reported the unit's 3rd drug survey involving secondary school students is in an advanced stage. The last survey was conducted in 2006.
This year we'll be writing the report. We have collected all the data, so we'll be writing the report to see and to make a comparison of the 2006 survey to see whether we have really indeed done the work that you're supposed to do. So we'll be looking at that, or whether there's an increase or decrease in this in the use of drugs among secondary school students.
The National Drug Abuse Prevention Unit on Monday launched a manual for preschool teachers to assist them in teaching drug education at early childhood institutions. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints has succeeded in making a positive impact on eye care in Dominica. The church made a donation of equipment costing close to $5,400 to the eye clinic in the Ministry of Health last Friday. Dr. Griffin Benjamin is acting Chief Medical Officer, who was also representing the Health Minister, Honorable Julius Timothy. He expressed his admiration for the church for their unwavering dedication to the cause.
My first experience with the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, sometimes called the Mormon Church, right, was in Jamaica. And in Jamaica, you would see young men neatly dressed as you're dressed right now. A little younger, young men very, very committed to their work, going throughout the communities of Jamaica, well disciplined and on a mission. I always admire them. In Jamaica, I think they ride bicycles, going through the communities doing their work. And I always admire that.
Dr. Benjamin also used the opportunity to applaud Dr. Shillingford Ricketts for work which he says is second to none.
Dr. Shillingford is providing specialized ophthalmology eye care to Dominicans at the primary care level. In other words, people in Dominica have access to optimum high quality eye care service. The service is available there's hardly any type of service that we cannot do with the equipment that we have. And I have known Dr. Shillingford, a very passionate woman when it comes to her work. And that equipment looks so small, but I can tell you, she has big plans for that equipment.
Dr. Benjamin said thanks to the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
On behalf of the Ministry of Health, on behalf of the Minister of Health who has asked me to represent him here today, I want to offer my thanks to your church and to the elders and their wives, and to the church who are here presenting this donation to us. We will use it, and we hope, sir, that based on the results that Dr. Shillingford will be reporting through her record keeping on this laptop, you will be impressed enough to come back and continue to support us. We need your support, and we will make you very proud of the kind of service that we are providing here in Dominica. Thank you very much, sir, for the service.
Consultant ophthalmologist in the Ministry of Health, Dr. Hazel Schlinford Ricketts, who accepted the donation, explained the thinking behind the gift.
Sometime in May of 2012, I got a phone call and then an email where Sister and Elder Rhea, who were the persons at the time handling the project, indicated to me that they would like to help the eye clinic. And so we had a meeting, and at that meeting also we had Dr. Christensen Roberts, who is based in the Dominican Republic, but he's also from the Latter-day Saints community. And we met in my office, and I gave them a brief overview of what we do in the eye service in Dominica. And they realized that there were additional pieces of equipment they could help us with, and so they went ahead and prepared to provide us with this equipment.
Dr. Ricketts also expressed thanks to the donors, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
I'd really like to recognize their effort and tell them how much I appreciate what they have done for us. It will enhance what we do. And from my background research of the church, I recognize that they are involved in a number of projects all around the world. But the underlying purpose is to strengthen the persons who are receiving the help so that they themselves can help themselves. They actually enhance you to be able to look after yourself and look after your community. Instead of they coming to do it for you, they provide you with either the education or the tools that you need to continue. And I must say this is a very good principle for helping persons around the world, and I appreciate what you have done for us. And on behalf of our patients, the Ministry of Health, and Dominica on a whole, and the staff, I'd like to thank you very much, and hope this is not the end of our collaboration, but we do appreciate the start.
Elder Daryl Hammond of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints says his organization is pleased to be able to make such a donation to Dominica's eye care efforts. He said this donation marks the beginning of a beneficial relationship.
As you said, will it be the last? It will not be the last. And we do hope that we can assist Dominica in general as much as we can, because that's what we do. And this is a donation especially from the members of the church. Every individual donate to the humanitarian aid as good as they can, and we are trying to make sure that it is used for the best benefit of mankind. And especially for Dominica, we would like to say that we will do more than that. We will be able to assist you as good as we can. And I do know that as a doctor, you take your callings very seriously, and I can see it through your promotion of us trying to be healthy here in Dominica, especially to take care of our eye.
As part of the donation, the Ministry of Health received a portable slit lamp, a portable indirect ophthalmoscope, and a laptop computer. In more news, 7 lovely young ladies presently enrolled at the Dominica State College will, on Thursday, February 7, compete for the title of Miss DSC Mass Jamboree 2013. The young ladies participating in the pageant are Jessie Cognet, Rwanda Trotman, Clevet Felix, Colette Ambo, Joanna Faustin, Odessa Ailey, and Sabina James. Director of Student Services at the Dominica State College, Edgar Hunter, told the media launch of the event that the idea of the pageant is to showcase the talent and brilliance of the participants. He said the show, which is being held for the 4th year, also serves as a breeding ground for the National Queen Show.
This pageant features 7 young and intelligent ladies who will be judged on beauty, intelligence, cultural awareness, style, and attitude. The objective of this pageant as follows. 1, to enable contestants to serve as role models for other young women with similar goals and characteristics. 2, encourage contestants to value personal achievements, creative accomplishments, a healthy lifestyle, and community involvement, and most importantly, to serve as a breeding ground for the National Queen Show.
Bursar at the Dominica State College, Catherine Abraham, views the Mash Jamboree event as a positive activity with several benefits.
I want to congratulate the Department of Student Services for collaborating this effort every year, because it's important that we at the Dominica State College not only emphasize the academics, but also to teach students part of a Dominica culture, because the culture is a very important part of Dominica's development. The culture of Dominica contributes significantly to the GDP of the island. So we at the Dominica State College, we are making a significant contribution to the economic development of the country by actually hosting our Mash Jamboree.
Top Calypsonians will feature during the second segment of the Mash Jamboree show. A mini band splash event will also form part of the show, where a number of local bands, including Signal Band, Cross Vibes Band, and Triple K Global, will perform. The DCS Mash Jamboree event will be held on Thursday, February 7 from 5 p.m. at the Crazy Coconuts. Parliamentary representative for the Casa Bruce constituency, Honorable Johnson Drago, has made a passionate appeal to his constituents to take advantage of the educational opportunities being provided by government. Honorable Drago says not enough young people from Good Hope are making use of the post-secondary education options.
This is a problem of parents and home, because the government is playing its part. We are providing buses to get the children to school at Casa Bruce Secondary. We are providing a bus to get the children to school at Saint-Sauveur. We are providing lunch for the children in Saint-Sauveur. The teachers are equally trained as any other teacher in anywhere else in Dominica. If we are not maximizing the opportunities, we must blame ourselves as a community. And I said to you, the people of Good Hope, rise up, because the opportunities are there. Every child who is unable to pay for the college tuition, as a matter of fact, my footprint is at the Ministry of Education, fighting for children. And I will fight for every child of my constituency, Good Hope, Saint-Sauveur, Casa Bruce, wherever they come from. But parents, you have to deliver these children to the schools.
Honorable Drago wants parents and young people in his area to better position themselves to take advantage of the many educational opportunities currently being provided by government.
Why don't we have 10 students of Good Hope at the State College? Are we going to blame the government for that? When the government paid for 80% of the students who are there right now, pay their tuition fees? No, we're going to blame the people of Good Hope, who are not doing hard enough to ensure that we have more students. There are scholarships available. People are going all over the world. We need more students of Good Hope to come forward to get the scholarships, but they must come prepared.
Honorable Drago also called for more child-friendly, non-dysfunctional homes in his constituency. Honorable Johnson Drago also expressed concern that residents are not doing enough to be self-sufficient, and that too is a problem which needs to be addressed.
I have been speaking of all what government is doing. I want you to do more for yourselves, my people of Good Hope. I want you to help yourself a bit more. I want you to help your children a bit more. We need some scholarships from Saint-Sauveur, and the school alone can't do it. You have to burn the candles, sit down with your children at night, watch them do their homework. I had a friend, she never knew what the child was doing, because she was not as functionally literate as a child going to college. But she woke up at 3 in the morning and sits with her child who is doing the homework. She has no knowledge of what is on the paper, it doesn't matter. But it's the support that she's giving to the child. And I'm saying to you, if you were going to Saint-Sauveur from time to time and walking into the class and asking what the child is doing, the child will get a little frightened and will push more. But if you just put them on the bus and let school feed them and bring them back home, and it's not going to work. So therefore, these are the things I want you to spend your time on.
The MP for the Casa Bruce constituency was speaking at the recently held second inaugural meeting of the Good Hope Village Council. And that's the English segment of the news. We now join McPherson St. Luce for the Creole highlights.
Allô tout le monde, bienvenue à cette nouvelle en créole. Non, moi c'est McPherson St. Luce. Premièrement, police Dominique a fait plainte quantité de temps et a point sinon crise qui devant l'audience. Parole celle-là sortie au ministère de la Sécurité nationale, Honorable Charles Savren, pendant une chaîne meeting et puis police check temps qui passait.
Comme c'est ça qui a fait en l'audience, comme c'est yo même pas tellement content pour quantité de temps et a point. Quand la police fait une investigation, yo check moun, yo mettez devant la loi. Avec qui prend trop de temps, avocat qui vient, comme c'est dit, renvoyer case là, il pas qui est aujourd'hui, mois prochain, quand mois prochain venir, il renvoyer encore pour 3 mois, 6 mois. Avec, comme c'est dit, police même bien occupé avec ça. Ils te veulent quand ils font un travail, au monde font plainte, quelque chose ils font place, police. Aller yo tchebe moun là yo mener devant la loi yo ve cause la qui est en décision soit moun la coupable soit pas coupable c'est coupable la loi qui met en punition soit pour payer l'argent c'est pour aller l'argent mais ça fini décidé avec police a continué à faire travail.
En notre nouvelle 3e section projet de l'eau West Coast pays là qui continue. Projet celle-là qui continue vouer pipe lié et puis intake bâti. Monsieur Edward Regis, c'est officier relations publiques pour compagnie de Wasco.
Nous bâti 9 différents tanks pour chebe l'eau à ce projet. Avec, ça n'a pas encore commencé, mais nous avons pensé que en finissement d'année, nous avons fini 2 premières sections. C'est section là, il y a bâti ces intake avec ces dames-là, avec aussi pour lier ces pipes-là pour arriver jusqu'à chaque fois. 2 sections ça qui fini l'année ça avec nous avons que 3e section qui a commencé plus tard. Pays Europe, ils ont poursuivi plus que 21 millions de dollars pour ça, avec le gouvernement Dominica a poursuivi 9 millions de dollars. Pour faire projet à coûter 30 millions de dollars. So, ça c'est un projet qui est bien important avec nous OSP qui un projet ça qui augmenté manière globale qui arrive à caille différents monde.
Gouvernement Dominique qui bâti projet caille en Good Hope. Parole celle-là qui a sorti au membre parlement Honorable Johnson Drago.
Gouvernement qui a continué à faire projet pour ranger caille mon Good Hope et puis deuxièmement gouvernement chinois qui a fait 10 cailles pour nous, les gens qui étaient affectés en temps de désastre. Il y a des gens pour louer cailles en petit souffrière et puis les gens qui étaient déplacés en Parlement Maïgo. Le gouvernement chinois est venu en caille de nous, nous avons fait 10 cailles pour les gens qui ont désastre affecté. Ça a fait tout de suite.
Et puis finalement, le département de drogue Dominique bien plaisir qui message contre danger de drogue, moun ka accepté. Parole celle-là sorti au officier département de drogue Malcolm St. Rose. St. Rose fait parole celle-là au ligne de manuel, ça c'est un livre. Le département a lancé un détenu négion contre danger de drogue.
Mon dernière expérience là où la montée là dans plus qu'on parler. Et jour après, en teacher, en éducateur venu au témoin de moi, savent, ça tombe bon parole, parce qu'il y a une petite fille en l'école là, et à l'école de papa, il y avait dit papa, mais c'est Saint-Joseph dit ça pas bon, il y avait ça qui fait ça, ça qui fait ça. Il y avait un homme là, bien d'accord, il y avait des enfants qui fait meilleur. So, ou quand ouais, message là, calé, mon cas apprendre, mon cas taper comme ça là, il y avait nous cas dit, comme si c'est un monde. Qui fait changer l'idée, et bien qui tape un message. Autre ça nous a fait, il que voit.
Messieurs, mesdames, ça c'est tout pour nouvelles en créole pour à présent. Non, moi c'est McPherson, c'est Luce. Au revoir.
Thank you, McPherson. Coming up, we'll tell you of some guidelines which will assist you in keeping your business goals in check. Stay with us. Today, we'll talk to you about the importance of setting clear goals in a business. It is very important to know what you want. You will flounder around and waste time if you do not have a clear set of goals to keep you on track. Write goals for your business which are realistic but challenging. Write goals which are specific, dated and measurable. Write goals that are personal to you and you will want to achieve them. Break goals down into short, mid, and long-term categories. Short-term goals can be completed within 1 year. Mid-term goals take about 1 to 3 years to achieve, and long-term goals take 4 years or longer to be reached. Think of your long-term goals as your dream and set attainable short-term and mid-term goals to help you reach your long-term goals. It is also important to make a to-do list. Take time each week and each day to write down tasks which need to be completed. Rank those tasks by importance and work on the most pressing task first. If the most pressing tasks take the longest amount of time to complete, break up working on those tasks by completing smaller tasks at regular intervals so that you can see your progress as you mark stuff off your list. And that's National Focus. We always welcome your suggestions and comments, so please feel free to drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm, or you can visit our website at news.gov.dm. Friend us on facebook.com or GIS News, and be sure to like us on our fan page. You can also catch up on past National Focus newscasts on our GIS Dominica YouTube page. On behalf of the entire news production team, I'm your presenter, Tarnia Green. Thank you so much for watching, and to remember to join us again tomorrow.